Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do an autumn makeup look. This is sort of like my go-to everyday makeup look. So it's pretty simple, but it's kind of festive. As you can see, I am already getting festive around the house. So I thought I would show you my classic autumn makeup tutorial. So first I'm going to start with this cream foundation from Real Pretty. It is an all-natural company, and I did a review about their whole collection on my blog, so if you want to see that, go check that out. This is an amazing foundation. It's not too thick, but it's not too light, and it's just perfect for my skin color, my skin type, everything. For me, this is just like my go-to thing. So I definitely want to incorporate this into my beauty tutorial here today. So I'm going to start by applying some of this on my hand, and then just dabbing it around the areas that, and I don't apply too much. I just apply, enough coverage that it just kind of corrects all the color, because my face can get fairly red. It is a face after all. But I don't want to apply too much foundation, because there are a lot of people that sometimes I see and it just looks a little too... I like my looks to stay natural, I'll just say that. I like to look like I barely have anything on, even though I do. So, finish up with that. And then I'm going to take this little brush. I don't know what it is or who makes it, but I had it for a while, and I always use it just because it's tiny. I know it's probably not the correct foundation brush, but for me it works perfectly fine, just because I like tiny things that I can compact and take with me when I travel, and this is perfect for that. So I'm just going to go in and blend it all out, always making sure to go past my jawline. I hate it when you accidentally realize that you have a spot or a line or something. It's very noticeable that you're wearing foundation. Under the eyes. And as I see more, but there are some places I might have missed. It might be too thin of coverage. I will kind of go back and fix those spots, like underneath my nose. Why is it? I didn't put anything there. But that is the process of makeup. You're always going to find the little tiny flaws and the little tiny things that you've missed. And then you walk out of the house and you're still like, oh, I still forgot that, and I don't like that, and all those things happen. So I don't use a powder, I just use a cream, but that's because just personal choice. The company does, however, make a lovely powder that matches their cream foundations, which I think is wonderful, because then you know that everything is matchy-matchy, which can be great. And I love to prime my eyelids. I just feel like it helps all the eyeshadow stay a lot longer. I used to not prime my eyelids, and then I would notice that in the crease there was always this bunching up of eyeshadow. And if you do anything active or whatever, and then you sweat, and then it all starts to do that exact same thing all over again. So I definitely recommend doing this. You can either do it with a foundation or a concealer. Sometimes I do both. If I'm not wearing foundation, I will just do it with a concealer. But if I am wearing foundation, then I will just continue to use the foundation. So it's exactly the same tone. And it's not like your eyes are lighter than your skin. So next I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow choice. So this is from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I think it's technically a blush and bronzer, but I just so happen to love the color of this bronzer that I decided to keep it and just kind of use it as an eyeshadow. And I just did that one day, and I really loved how it looked. It just looked great, and it matched with my skin and everything. So this is a lot less dark than it looks in the video, but I take a fairly, good blending brush, and I just start on the outside and work my way in and just kind of start to blend it all in. This is the only color I use for this tutorial. Like I said, it's a very simple, easy tutorial for those who might be in a rush to get to work or school in the morning or kind of whatever. You have to do, and that you have to have a fast makeup. So once I just blend that on and I go probably up to about my brow bone. I don't want to make it seem like I'm wearing a ton of eyeshadow or anything really. I just kind of want to give a slight color to what I have. This is a very subtle makeup tutorial because I don't always wear a lot of makeup, and when I go out sometimes I don't want to seem like I just have tons and tons on. So this is just kind of every day. You can wear it whatever. You could even wear it around the house if you don't even go out. But yeah, so this is just pretty simple and subtle. Next I'll go in with my eyeliner, and this is optional because not everybody likes to wear eyeliner, not everybody likes a pencil, sometimes people want liquid. I've been liking this pencil eyeliner. It's by Mineral Fusion, and it is a natural, or at least fairly natural, makeup brand. I have their mascara, which I love, so I thought, oh, I should get an eyeliner by them. And I've used it on and off kind of for the past few years, and just kind of came around to it again and was like, you know what, I'm going to start using this. So I've been using it, and it's been working really nicely. It's pretty soft, so I can kind of add a light layer and then build up as I see fit, which is always great. Sorry, I'm not the best at talking while putting on makeup. That is something I have yet to master. You can also put that on the bottom line if you like. I know some people don't. Some people do. It's really kind of depends on what your personal preference is. And this is just a basic makeup tutorial. It can be spiced up for more special occasions. It could be even toned down a little more, even though it is pretty toned down as it is. It's kind of just a good overall, I hate it when it smudges, a good overall starting point. And so since I tend to go on the lighter side of things with makeup, I thought it's a good place to start and kind of explore from there and expand from there and change things up and add more sparkles and kind of whatever people like to do. And then I'll add mascara. And I've gone through so many different types of mascaras. It is so hard to find the right one that you're just going to be happy with, because I feel like every one you're like, oh, this is nice, and then 10 minutes into it you're like, no, not so much. So this one is also by Real Pretty, the same company that did the foundation that I have. And it's not the most amazing thing in the world, but not all mascaras are that you're going to find unless you find one that is like, maybe a super top brand and you're just like, oh wow, that's the most amazing thing in the world. But it is great for what it is. It is a natural mascara, and it's pretty long lasting. It makes my eyelashes look very nice, full and lengthening. There's a lot of volume. I don't think they advertise it as being a volume mascara, but I personally think it has a lot of volume in it. And I like the fact that I'm putting something on my eyelashes that's healthy and natural, and so I'm not gonna, I don't feel bad about it. So next I go in with that. And I really only tend to usually do my top lashes. But occasionally, and depending on what I want to do, I can do sometimes my bottom lashes as well. Like if I know I'm going out and I might be out during the day that's going to turn into kind of going somewhere at night, then I will do bottom lashes. But if I'm just focusing on what I am going to do during the day, and it's just like something very simple, or I'm just going out with friends for coffee, or I just want to actually wear some makeup, then I'll just stick with the top lashes. It's entirely up to personal choice with that. And this actually goes on pretty clump free, which I have to say. I don't know if it's the formula or the brush, but it's very, very nice. And I always love it when good brands have good products that actually work. Because it can be so hard to find that sometimes. And everybody ends up going with the drugstore brands, which, I mean, are great, but, you know, sometimes you want something a little different, which I understand. Or you just want something that's a little more natural, which I also totally understand as well. So that's it for the eyes. I like how it's just very subtle, very soft, just kind of an autumn color, but for me, it's kind of an everyday color, because I have darker skin and dark hair. You know, the pinks and the lights and all that stuff doesn't really work for me, but these darker tones and earthy tones really work. And I like this for daytime. You can spice it up for nighttime. I'm also going to add a lipstick to this look. You can do red, you could do nude, you can kind of do whatever because it's a pretty versatile look. But I'm going to do this kind of, I don't know if you can see this. It's darker than it looks, but it's kind of a pinky, I don't know how to describe this color. It's an interesting color. It's from Bite Beauty. They have a whole bunch of great lipsticks and lip crayons and everything. I love the formula. It goes on really smooth. It lasts for a long time, but it's not super strong that you can't take it off. I have this one that I love, and the color is great, but it literally does not come off. So that can kind of be an issue sometimes. But this is kind of great because it's kind of in the middle of something that's very light and in the middle of something that's dark. So I'm just going to add that on to my lips to try to give a finishing touch and a little more color. I like to have color on my lips. Some people love to go nude, and that is great, but for me it does not really work, unfortunately. I always have to have some color, and mostly something that's fairly dark too. The tip on this is kind of worn down, so it's hard to apply. So now that is on, that is the look complete. I really hope you enjoyed this. This is a great, simple, very quick. I mean, it probably only took me 2 minutes. Kind of light and natural makeup look that can be used for anything. It has a little more earthy, crunchy, you know, feel the autumn leaves, I don't know, trees. Just a little more of an autumn feel to it. It's not as light and springy as some of them are. But I really hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, subscribe.